My hands are sweaty.
Okay.
Oh, God. What's going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Runway gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about Runway. Are there some possible changes that we could actually make to Runway to make her a better character overall? Let's head over and let's talk about it. So in the Virtual Horizons update for Rogue Company, we got a pretty significant change to this character. They swapped out her Simtex grenades with the smoke grenades. Their reasoning behind making this specific change is to make her, less of a breacher, to make her a little bit more of a support type character in Rogue Company, a support in a different way other than like an actual support, right? You have actual supports that like heal people, and then you have Rogue Company supports that does with the briefcase. But anyway, she is supposed to be a support. They removed the Simtex. They gave her the smoke grenades. Now, I don't mind the smoke grenades, right? Because it allows you to play the game a little bit differently. It does make me a more aggressive Runway player whenever I do have the smoke grenades, because it allows me to throw smoke grenades to blind off an area if you're not going to get revealed from the umpteenth source of reveals that this game currently has. But it allows you to maneuver around and to get into some pretty interesting positions. So I do find myself playing her even more aggressive with the smoke grenades than I did with the Simtex grenades. The problem is like, I don't mind the Simtex. I don't like the trip mines. So I would have much rather them slot the trip mines out on this particular character and gave her smokes there, or the healing station to make her more of a support character. But they did the changes that they did with her, and we are currently at that point. I don't think that those changes are necessarily bad. I just think that they traded out the wrong things, and that's all personal preference, okay? And I'm going to preface that is a personal preference thing. I hate trip mines. If you remove Simtex, the only lethal gadget that she has is trip mines, which in turn makes more trip mine spam, which is more frustrating, even though they nerfed the trip mines kinda, but not really. Runway as a character. What can we do to make her more supportive of a character? Now, I have a couple of thoughts on this. First of all, her passive ability is very, very strong. I don't think her passive ability is broken in the same way that Lancer's passive ability is broken. I feel like it is broken in a way to where it's like, okay, you know for a fact that you're going up against someone that's going to have a sniper rifle and going to have an assault rifle. She has the best of both worlds. There's no drawbacks, there's no limitations, and there's no hesitation when it comes to playing this character. Sometimes whenever you are in these like 1v1 or 2v1 situations with a pistol, a lot of people panic, a lot of people choke because they're not familiar enough with the actual pistols to feel confident in what they're doing. Whereas when you play her, if someone's pushing you, you just swap over to whatever assault rifle that you currently have equipped, and you're right back in the fight, and you have no hesitations. You have nothing to lose. You're going to be as proficient with it as humanly possible because you're going to be so familiar with it. First proposition for adjusting Runway is to rework the passive ability. Give her the ability to have access to any weapon that is in the game, any weapon whatsoever. Anything from sniper rifles, light machine guns, shotguns, DMRs, assault rifles, SMGs, the works. Give her access to literally every weapon in the game, but she can only carry one at a time. She's an arms dealer. She's supposed to be supportive, right? Give her access to any of the weapons that are currently in the game and allow her to use those weapons and be proficient with those weapons. Secondly, as another part of her passive ability, I would open her gadgets up to be able to select any gadget that it currently exists in the game. And I know people's like, whoa, that'd be kind of crazy. And you're right, that would be not really that crazy, right? Because you can have different team comps with different compositions with different gadgets, right? And you slot her into where she can have access to one, non-lethal gadget and one lethal gadget. The non-lethal gadgets, of course, would be like smoke, tear gas, flashbang, EMP, whatever. Like that would be what she would have access to. On the lethal side, trip mine, Simtex, frag, bounce, whatever incendiary, whatever you want to have access to. But whenever you lock into them, you're locked into those and you can't change them until the round ends, right? So if you're going to lock in EMPs and you're going to lock something else in like incendiary grenades and they didn't really benefit you, well, you can't change them until the round ends. I think that would be a way to balance that out, because in longer round game modes, such as like Strikeout or, King of the Hill, whatever, you don't want someone that is constantly going in there and swapping. You don't want gadget mastery, right? We don't want that whatsoever. And you don't want a version of gadget mastery on one of the characters. That way you have to force someone into picking this character. Now you're going to have people that of course are going to save their money and not lock in a gadget right out of the gate. And they're going to go in there and they are going to wait to see what they need. But that is a strategic choice. The first time that you're going to need it, you're not going to have it at that point. But whenever you need it going forward, you can have access to it by purchasing it. So that's that. What I would do with her briefcase, to make her a proper support in the game, there is literally no benefits that anybody gains from the briefcase any longer, in my opinion. Especially in demolition. In strikeout, things like that, it is a little bit different, but I'm looking at this through the lens of demolition. And even in strikeout, things like that, you're going to have a character that has access to sniper rifles and assault rifles and smokes and trip mines. You're going to give them a briefcase that's going to give them infinite ammo and a refresh on all their gadgets, and you're going to give that character sniper rifles and assault rifles so that they stay in the very back of the game, of the very back of the group. That way when they throw the briefcase down, then someone's got to stop the gunfight, run all the way back to where the runway is to grab the utility and run all the way back. What logic is that? That's not logical. That doesn't make sense. The only benefits that someone gets out of an actual runway briefcase is if that runway is just as aggressive, if not more aggressive, than the team that she's playing with. You can't throw it down right out of the gate and people, gain stacks of gadgets any longer. They did away with that for the betterment of the game, in my opinion. So the only real benefit that anybody has from hitting the briefcase is the unlimited ammo, but it doesn't carry over from round to round. It does, like whenever you die, that infinite ammo goes away. Whenever the round ends, that infinite ammo goes away. It doesn't make sense. It's not good. It's not good. It's not well balanced. It's not well designed. It's not well developed. At one time it was. At one time, whenever there wasn't gadget cooldown, whenever you could stack multiple gadgets like Trench does, then there was a time and place for that gadget to exist, but they didn't take that into consideration when they put in gadget cooldown. That's just how it is. It's just not good. It needs to be tweaked. It needs to be redesigned. Here's my proposition for the redesign. Throw the briefcase down. Allow 2 rogues to run up to this thing and to hit it, and they can take 1 weapon out of the box that they want from any class that's in the game. If you throw it down and a Ronin runs up and hits the briefcase and she wants to get a shotgun out of it, bam, she trades her primary weapon that she has for the shotgun for the rest of that round, or until they die or whatever, right? You give it the same stipulations that it currently has for the infinite ammo, but you have the ability to throw it down. So if you want to have multiple people on your team with a sniper rifle or an entire team of snipers, then you throw the briefcase down, you have them trade their primary weapon out with whatever primary weapon that they want to have access to. Now, is that going to take more time and more menus in game to be able to access these things? Yes, absolutely. Is that going to be a problem? No, because battle royales exist to where 50% of your battle royale experience is navigating menus while you're trying to engage and avoid gunfights. So I don't feel like it's going to break anything up at that point. Then you also have the ability to go in there and star specific weapons for specific rogues, right? So why not have the ability to go in there and star specific weapons specifically for the runway briefcase? That way, if you're Ronin, you hit the briefcase and you want the S12 out of it, and you can go in there and star it. Bam, it's at the top. You hit it, you're done. The transaction's over. Everything's all good in the world, and that is that at the end of the day. Runway is a very polarizing character. I know that they put this character in the game for simplicity for newer players, right? Players that wanted to kind of snipe, but was a little intimidated by sniping and didn't want, to get dogpiled on or whatever, insert whatever reason here. That's why Runway exists. Runway's been in the game for long enough, in my opinion, in her current iteration. She needs a massive overhaul, and I think that these are two ways for them to give her a massive overhaul. I should be able to have access to, as she's an arms dealer. She is an arms dealer. That is her character. She was the arms dealer for the arms dealer events. She was the arms dealer in the very first Rogue Company trailer that came out. She was the arms dealer. Why does she only have access to snipers and assault rifles? Why does she only have access to these certain gadgets? Whenever you throw the briefcase down, you have trip mines, magazines, Simtex, all this other crap in there. Why don't you have access to that? That's where I'm at with it. Make her a true support character and also a true flex character where she can flex into any role that she needs to flex into, and that she can be as supportive for her team as the team wants her to be supportive. That's where I'm at with it. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you feel like this system would be balanced? Do you feel like that this would make Runway an actual interesting character that feeds into this fantasy that the developers have created for her, and also help benefit the team as a proper support? Or do you think this mindless generic briefcase that we currently have in the game right now is suitable and is balanced enough for the game? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Okay, dude.
Flag.
You're not that good. Like, you're not that good, bro. No, dude, you should have saw the fucking Scorch. Okay, that motherfucker ain't doing shit compared to what the Scorch is doing. Fuck yeah, whatever. Y'all are not that good. Let's get them again. Re-queue.
I'm running Demo with the HRM for these. Got a level on the Claymore from that. Pretty dope, right?